Today's topic I want to talk about, 5 signs of a petty person, a small heart. 1. Constantly seeking revenge. A petty person tends to hold grudges and seek revenge for even the smallest perceived slights. They may go out of their way to make others feel bad or inconvenience them in order to satisfy their need for retaliation. A petty person is someone who harbors deep-seated grudges and seeks revenge for even the tiniest perceived slights. They possess an incessant need to settle scores, often going out of their way to make others feel bad or inconvenience them as a means to satisfy their desire for retaliation. This behavior stems from a toxic mindset that thrives on negativity and a lack of empathy. One of the defining characteristics of a petty person is their inability to let go of grievances, no matter how insignificant. They hold on to these perceived slights, letting them fester and grow into a consuming obsession. Whether it's a small comment or a minor inconvenience, they magnify these incidents in their mind, turning them into reasons for retribution. Seeking revenge becomes their primary objective. And they will go to great lengths to make others experience the same feelings of hurt or inconvenience that they believe they have endured. This can manifest in various ways, such as spreading rumors, sabotaging relationships, or engaging in passive-aggressive behavior. However, the actions of a petty person rarely bring them true satisfaction. Instead, their vindictive behavior usually perpetuates a cycle of negativity, causing further harm to themselves and those around them. Their inability to let go and move on from perceived slights only serves to poison their own happiness and relationships. In contrast, choosing to rise above pettiness and embracing forgiveness and understanding can lead to a more peaceful and fulfilling life. It allows for healthier relationships, personal growth, and a focus on more positive aspects of life. 2. Excessive gossiping. Petty individuals often engage in gossiping and spreading rumors about others. They enjoy talking negatively about people behind their backs, hoping to diminish their reputation or bring them down. Petty individuals thrive on gossip and spreading rumors as a means of asserting their dominance or satisfying their own insecurities. These individuals take pleasure in talking negatively about others behind their backs, often with the intention of diminishing their reputation or causing harm. Unfortunately, gossip and rumors can be incredibly damaging, both to the individual being targeted and to the overall social dynamics within a community or group. Gossiping and spreading rumors can be seen as a passive-aggressive way for petty individuals to assert their power or influence over others. By sharing negative information about someone, they attempt to position themselves as superior or more knowledgeable than the person being talked about. This behavior can create an unhealthy environment where trust and genuine connections are eroded, as people become wary of sharing personal information or engaging in open conversations. Furthermore, gossip and rumors can cause significant harm and distress to the individual being targeted. False information or exaggerated stories can tarnish someone's reputation, leading to social isolation, damaged relationships, and even professional consequences. This can have long-lasting effects on an individual's mental well-being and overall sense of self-worth. It is important to recognize the detrimental nature of gossip and rumors and to actively discourage such behavior within our communities. Encouraging open and honest communication, promoting empathy and understanding, and fostering an atmosphere of respect can help combat petty tendencies and create a more supportive environment for everyone involved. 3. Being overly sensitive. Petty people tend to be hypersensitive and take things personally, even when the intention was not to harm. They may react disproportionately to minor issues, making mountains out of molehills, and holding on to resentments for extended periods. Petty people, characterized by their hypersensitivity and tendency to take things personally, often find themselves reacting disproportionately to minor issues. This behavior can manifest in making mountains out of molehills and holding on to resentments for extended periods. Their hypersensitivity can cause them to interpret innocent remarks or actions as personal attacks, unintentionally harming relationships and creating unnecessary conflict. Point 1 of the key traits of petty individuals is their tendency to blow small matters out of proportion. What may seem like a minor inconvenience to others can become a major issue for them. Their hypersensitivity amplifies their reactions, leading to unnecessary drama and conflict. For example, a petty person might become overly upset when a friend cancels plans due to unforeseen circumstances, interpreting it as a personal rejection rather than a simple change of plans. Furthermore, petty individuals often hold on to resentments for longer than necessary. They find it difficult to let go and move on from perceived slights, which can negatively impact their psychological well-being and relationships. This tendency to hold on to grudges can strain friendships and create a toxic environment. Instead of addressing the issue and finding a resolution, they choose to dwell on the perceived wrongdoing, prolonging their own suffering. It is important to note that petty behavior is often rooted in insecurities and a fear of being overlooked or unimportant. By understanding this underlying insecurity, individuals can work towards developing healthier coping mechanisms and communication skills. Learning to differentiate between genuine harm and perceived slights can help reduce the tendency to react disproportionately to minor issues. Developing emotional resilience and open-mindedness can also aid in letting go of resentments and building stronger relationships. Overall, recognizing and addressing petty behavior can lead to personal growth and healthier relationships. Being self-aware and actively working towards overcoming hypersensitivity can contribute to a more harmonious and fulfilling life. 4. Constant comparison. Petty individuals have a tendency to constantly compare themselves to others. They feel the need to prove their superiority and belittle others to make themselves feel better. This can manifest through constantly bragging or putting others down to boost their own ego. Petty individuals, fueled by insecurity and a need for validation, often find themselves trapped in a toxic cycle of comparison. In their relentless pursuit of feeling superior, they regularly measure their worth against others. Their actions are driven by a deep-seated fear of inadequacy, leading them to constantly seek validation and prove their superiority. Point 1 common manifestation of this behavior is constant bragging. Petty individuals feel compelled to showcase their accomplishments, possessions, or social status to assert their dominance. They believe that by highlighting their achievements, they can reaffirm their worth and gain admiration from others. However, their constant need for validation often leads to alienation and resentment from those around them. Another way petty individuals try to elevate themselves is by putting others down. They engage in criticism, gossip, and belittlement in an attempt to diminish the accomplishments and self-esteem of others. By doing so, they aim to reinforce their own sense of superiority and feel better about themselves. However, this approach only perpetuates negativity and creates a toxic environment. Ultimately, the behavior of comparing oneself to others and engaging in petty actions stems from a deep-seated insecurity. By constantly seeking external validation and attempting to belittle others, petty individuals fail to develop genuine self-esteem and fulfillment. It is important to recognize that true confidence comes from within, and seeking validation through comparison only perpetuates a cycle of negativity and dissatisfaction. 5. Lack of empathy. Petty people often have a small heart, lacking empathy and compassion towards others. They struggle to understand or acknowledge other people's feelings and perspectives. Instead, they prioritize their own desires and needs, often at the expense of others. Petty individuals, with their small hearts, exhibit a limited capacity for empathy and compassion. They are often self-absorbed, focusing primarily on their own wants and needs without considering the impact on others. Their actions are driven by self-interest, and they seldom take the time to understand or acknowledge the feelings and perspectives of those around them. Empathy plays a crucial role in human relationships as it allows individuals to connect with others on an emotional level. It enables us to grasp the experiences and emotions of others, fostering understanding and compassion. Petty people, however, struggle to cultivate this empathetic approach. Their lack of empathy often leads to misunderstandings, conflict, and strained relationships. Compassion, too, is an essential quality that comes from a place of genuine concern for others. It involves an awareness of their struggles and a willingness to offer support and understanding. Petty individuals, however, tend to be so focused on their own desires and needs that they fail to extend this compassion to others. Their priorities are often skewed, leading to a disregard for the well-being of those around them. In the end, the behavior of petty people can be damaging not only to those they interact with, but also to themselves. The inability to understand and acknowledge the feelings of others hinders personal growth and creates an environment of negativity and conflict. Developing empathy and compassion can help individuals break free from this petty mindset, fostering healthier relationships and a more fulfilling life.